if you really think about it, anger is often the result of ignorance. How often have you noticed that you used to be very angry about someone or something, but as you got more information about the thing, as you became wiser, as you got different perspectives about it, about a certain topic, you lost a lot of that anger. You may not have lost all of it, but you became a lot less angry when you understood it a little bit more, and you got different perspective from different people. Very often we get angry at small things that we shouldn't even get angry about. But just because of our ignorance and because we're unwilling to let go of our egos and think, yeah, I'm probably very wrong here. I'm probably just being an asshole. I'm probably just being dumb. But we don't want to let go of that ego and we want to still be angry at that thing. Still stay angry, stay pissed at someone because it takes guts to actually realize, yeah, I'm being stupid here, and to actually fight that emotion because it's a very strong emotion that's very hard to fight. Very often when I'm genuinely angry, like I've been able to control a lot of my emotion, but anger is something that it's always been a struggle. Like when it's there, I struggle to stay logical and rational when I'm actually angry. I struggle to actually realize, yeah, this emotion is not the right one. This emotion will not lead me to, like, very often anger is just because of ignorance. Like I said in the beginning of this video, you don't know enough about a certain thing, so you get angry. You don't see it from the right lens, the right perspective, so you get angry about it. So I'm going to take an example that I'm very ashamed of yesterday. Like I wasn't pissed off, but I was a little bit angry. So I come back home from the gym around 3:30 p.m. And yeah, I say hello to my mom and my sister, and she tells me, yeah, that there's food and I can eat it like that way. So I go in the kitchen, I make my food, and I ask her if she made like there's a certain type of African seasoning that my mom likes to make that I really like. Just ask her if she made that seasoning, and she said no. She made some hot sauce, but it's a little bit too hot for me. So I asked her, do you make that seasoning? She says no. I said, yeah, I can do it now for you. And I said, yeah, thank you. So she does, and I start eating it. And I should really thank you for this amazing meal to my mom. I always thank my mom for when she cooks for me, and you should always do it. Be grateful for the people around you. Why am I so calm today? I don't know why. I'm usually a little bit more upbeat, but today I seem so weirdly calm. But yeah, and whilst I'm eating the meal, my mom keeps asking me, "Is it tasty? Is it tasty?" And she asked me that over like 3 times in like less than 10 minutes. And at some point, like the third time, I kind of answer yes, but in like an upset tone. And now that I look back at it, there was no reason there for me to be even a little bit upset about it. There was no literal, like, there was no reason. She was asking me if it was tasty because she cares about me. She wants me to eat like good food that I find tasty, that are also healthy for me. That's why she asked if it was tasty so often, because she genuinely cares. A parent that wouldn't care wouldn't ask me if it was tasty at all. When I look at it from this lens, from this perspective, I feel fucking ashamed of myself. I feel like a dumbass. Very often, all it takes is just trying to look at it from the other person's perspective, or just from another lens than your own. Because very often your lens is tainted, blurred by anger, by your emotion that you can't control. So just switching the lens from which you look at things can make a massive difference. Because we think that all the thoughts that we get are the right ones. They're the objective, like, truth. Like, can be wrong in any way. But no, very often we are very wrong. And then our perspective is tainted, blurred, and we aren't able to see the truth that's just in front of us. For me yesterday, that truth was my mom cares about me. But I couldn't see it just because of my dumb emotions that were rising up. And that's not the first time that it happened. Sometimes when my mom starts caring like extremely, like a lot, and she asks me a lot of questions, I often really get a little bit pissed off. Like not to the point where I start like shouting at her or I genuinely like show her how angry I am. But sometimes I would be a little bit pissed off, and I would kind of my facial expression would kind of show it. And she would ask me, "Hey, did I do something wrong? Why are you kind of angry?" And sometimes what she does, weirdly, I get even more angry for some reason. But later on, in the moment, I get kind of angry. But later on, when I kind of look at it from the right lens, the right perspective, I can't help but be fucking ashamed of myself. I'm supposed to be a young man of self-improvement, but still, I don't even have control over this emotion of anger. But I'm really trying to work on it. I think it's a very important thing because you can generally break a lot of good, amazing relationships just because of this. Just because you want to be angry. Just because you didn't even try to see it from the other person's perspective. You might get angry at someone just because they care about you, just because they love you. And I think that's very it's a very sad thing to happen because you can generally it's some equation. If you really lose control, you can forever taint a relationship you have with someone. Like you can generally do that. I don't want my relationship with my mom to get to be worse because my relationship with my mom is amazing. She's one of she's the most important person in my life. So really take this seriously. As an actual step I can give you is from now on, when you are in these situations, really even if it's afterwards, okay, but try to do it whilst it's happening. When you get angry, try to switch lenses. Very often switch lenses. Like when I say switch lenses, switch perspective. Think of it from the other person's perspective. Try to get more information. Try to analyze it a little bit more. And as you get more information, and as you become more aware of the different perspectives, and you don't just stay stuck in your own head, you will realize very often that there's no reason for you to be angry. And you're just being childish. And your ego won't want you to find it out because your ego is hurt every time you find out that you were angry for no reason. So even if it's afterward, but when you get angry each time, I want you to do this. Even if it's 1 hour later, but it's really best if you do it in that same moment. And it's a skill that you get better at as you do it more often. So maybe the first time you do it, you just realize it the day afterwards. But as you do it more and more and more and more and more, you get better at just being aware of it the second it happens and fighting it in that situation. I think meditation can also drastically help with that. Meditating and becoming more aware of your thoughts is going to help with that. Becoming more aware of your emotions. So also keep meditating regularly. Meditate. Do mindfulness meditation. And also actively try to do this. Actively try to analyze the different emotions you get. Especially anger. So I hope you got value from this video. I think it's a very important point. It doesn't seem like that's not like it's not like the kind of clickbait kind of topic that people like to click on. But I think it's a very, very important one. One of the most important ones, even though it doesn't seem like it. Because if you can't control your anger, oh boy, you're gonna have a very difficult life. You're gonna hurt a lot of people. People that didn't deserve to be like to be hurt by you. People that just cared about you, but you just got weirdly angry. You just lost your temper for no reason. So yeah. Don't run from comfort. Chase it.